In today's video, I got 5 good tips for you guys to help you avoid taking damage and also dodging some bullets in your gunfights in Apex. Now, I have a 6th and extra tip that will be at the end, so make sure you stay to the end because it will help you guys out. Now, down below in the comments, let everybody know if these tips helped you out, and also don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into it. All right, so I got 5 tips for you guys, and they're going to be in order of what's the easiest to learn to what's the hardest to master, okay? Because some of the stuff at the end is going to take more mental than just using your thumbs and just doing what's in front of you. You're going to have to really use your brain and outthink opponents, okay? So that's why that's towards the end. And if you master those at the end, oh my goodness, you will start getting more kills and more wins, which is why we're here today, to learn how to dodge bullets and avoid damage. So let's get into tip number 1. So the first tip I have for you guys, it is crouch when you're shooting. Spam crouch. When you're in a gunfight, you are crouching, popping back up, crouching, popping back up, crouch, popping back up. You guys need to master this skill. Now, it's not the best skill to help you avoid damage, but what it does, it keeps your head moving. That is the most important tip I can give you. Your head needs to be constantly moving, because when you play in pubs and you go up against people with 20k kills, 30, 40, 50k kills, because they're out there. I've seen a guy the other day that had 80k kills. They are aiming for your head. Pro players and good players are aiming for your chrome dome. They're trying to peel your top back. All right. So spamming crouch while you're shooting helps to make that head more harder to hit. That's just what it is. Let me give you a prime example. An increase of damage that goes from hitting you in the body and hitting you in the head. Let's say I had a wingman. If I hit you in the body, let's say I hit you in your chest, that's about 45, depending on how far away I'm from you. But it's a constant 45 for the most part. If I hit you in your head without a skull piercer, that's like 96. If I hit you in your head with a skull piercer, that's 101. So from 45 to 96 to 101, that's almost a 50 plus increase in damage. Okay? That showed you how important it is to spam and jump. See, if you want to get more complicated, you can jump with it. But you need to be moving that head, spamming that crouch when you're shooting, making that head impossible to hit. Now, if a bot is aiming at your midsection and you dip down and hit you in your skull and you down, that's going to happen because bots going to be bots, baby. But if you want to be better, I'm telling you, get into that fire range and practice spamming crouch while you shoot. All right, this one may be a little bit more difficult. This one will take a little bit more practice in the firing range, but this one definitely will help. Tip 2 is slide dash, slide jumps, and halo jump corners. What you guys need to be doing is halo jumping them corners. If you know there's someone there, go ahead and slide dash. You can slide dash in if you think you will have a great angle with the slide, or you could just halo jump them corners. That's easily getting you more damage before they even get a chance to see you on their screen. Okay, this is how you dodge bullets, and this is how you inflict more damage and take less damage in fights. You want to make sure you're spamming that crouch button. You want to be halo jumping corners, slide dashing when you're in fights, and jump sliding, slide jumping during fights. These work. All right, it makes your head, makes your body, it makes even your toes a harder target to hit. And that's what we're trying to be here. The harder target usually wins the fight. All right, let's get into tip number 3. Tip 3, on paper, looks like it should be the easiest one for you guys to do. That is use cover. Now, the thing is about using cover, it's not as easy as it sounds, because you need to do like 3 things, right? You need to have great field awareness, so you need to know what's going on around you. That's 1. 2, you need to know the map where you at. So that's why it's crucial for you guys to drop at one location, so you get to know the map more. And then after you get to know that part of the map, drop at another location, you get to know that part of the map. And like after a while, when you're trying to get better, you're not really playing for kills, you're not really playing for wins, you're really playing to get in many gunfights and drop at many locations as possible. Now you gotta understand, there are 2 maps that we're playing at now, so you need to know what place got what cover. So when you in gunfights, you can slide in between a rock, take out one enemy, slide here, dip out, halo jump a corner, take out another enemy, and you can take out so many people. Okay, now this is my favorite part about cover, right? A lot of people, when they see people taking cover, they automatically assume that you're about to heal. And the best part about it, let's say they get you a couple shots onto you and they crack your shield and you duck behind a corner, they're going to be full sending towards you. And what you can do is hold for a second, peek right out, and start instantly shooting your gun. And most of the time you will laser your opponent because that's something they're not expecting. Okay, using cover is key. So put that into your arsenal. Go to the firing range, duck behind some rocks, hit your targets in the firing range, and make this a habit. This is something I really started to do, and this works wonders. Let's get into tip number 4.
Whole squad down.
Tip number 4 is something that everyone needs to either start homing in on, and that's positioning. No matter if it's getting the higher advantage on a team, no matter if it's side swiping is what I call it, or flanking. Flanking, when I'm with my team, I call it side swiping because flanking is more of a behind. But side swiping is instead of going straight into them, because a lot of us, that's what we do. We run straight into gunfire. If they are looking to the right, we are running to the right. If they're looking to the left, we're running straight to the left. Instead of hooking around to get an angle on people, we just run straight into gunfire. Okay, now if you learn how to side swipe or flank or get higher ground, you would take less damage while using cover, and you will get a lot more kills. I'm telling you this. All right, if you're gonna side swipe, look down below in the comments. I want everybody to try this. All right, the next time you get ready to go into a gunfight, pause and look at your enemies. Find the enemy that is usually by himself, because there's always 2 together and there's one that's usually a little farther off. Go ahead and side swipe. That means sweep over to his side and just beam him and watch how quick that fight ends. Let me know down below in the comments if that worked for you. I'm telling you, I do it all the time. That's how you see 8 kills, 7 kills, 10 kills, 12 kills. That's one of my favorite things to do is side swipe, all right? Or AKA flanking. Now, into the 5th and final tip. So the 5th tip is the best tip. And it's a tip that you will see done more when it comes to pro player than the noobs than the bots, okay? It's very simple. It's using your abilities early in fights / being aggressive with your abilities. Okay, now there's only like 4 legends that we pretty much essentially everybody sees their abilities as being aggressive style of play. That's Bloodhound, Octane, Revenant, and Crypto. Even though there are some noobs out there that love to sit in the corner playing with that drone. Okay, now the correct way to use Crypto is you will, right before you get into a fight, stop, put your drone out above the fight, sprint into that gunfire, log off. I gotta say that, log off the drone, run towards the gunfire, and then use your ult while you're running. By the time you get there, everybody's shield is gonna be cracked, and you can avoid taking crucial damage because they're already weak. Either they're running away, or they trying to heal, or they sucking on a shield cell. Those are easy claps right there. Avoiding damage ain't always just jumping up in the air, sliding on the ground. It's actually playing smarter. And when you get into these pub lobbies, because a lot of Apex Legends, or Apex Predators, I should say, Apex Predators, they done with the rank. They ready to come in and swipe through some pubs. So you would get outplayed 90% of the time by those guys because they use their abilities aggressively. Okay? Like, even with Bangalore. If you're a Bangalore main, use a digital threat. Throw your smoke on enemies so they can't see you. With a digital threat, you can see all of them. It's stuff that small that makes the biggest difference. All right, avoiding, like I said, avoiding damage is not always jumping over bullets, not always dodging bullets, the Matrix bullets. It's not always that. It's just outplaying your opponent. And when it comes to using your abilities, you need to be thinking, how can I outplay him with my abilities while still being aggressive? All right, so let's get a quick recap of all the tips I gave you. 1, crouch spam. Make sure your head is always moving. But sometimes you can get lasered by bots that are aiming at your chest. So don't do it all the time, but still learn how to do it. 2, slide dash, halo jump, and slide jump around corners to get yourself a better advantage, or around cover, or just to do it to dodge bullets, okay? 3 is using cover around you. Know the map. Know one location. Keep dropping there so often that you know that if you in a certain spot, 2 steps back or a good slide will put you in cover. All right. Know the map. Use cover. 4 is positioning. Positioning is key. High ground, side swiping, flanking around back. Make sure you always trying to get the upper hand and where you position yourself amongst your enemies. And number 5, the last one, is using your abilities in a more aggressive way and using it early in gunfights. So we made it to the end. This is the end. But we have one more tip left, and that tip is simply use a weapon that delivers big amounts of damage in a short period of time. So guns like the Havoc, Wingman, the Massive, where you can get stupid amount of damage with just one hit. Now with the Havoc, your damage increase every bullet you land. So the Havoc, yes, that load up time is AIDS, but if you get to put that reticle or that dot right on that player, you're going to ice them. So that is my last and final tip. If you stayed this long, go ahead and like up the video, and also don't forget to subscribe because I am dropping more videos like this daily. Until the next time, it's your boy, and I'm out. Peace.
You are the Apex Champions.